Mandalay. The blueprint for war in the Far East, called by history the Tanaka Memorial, was drawn in 1927. It proclaimed that Japan must adopt a policy of blood and iron. In order to conquer the world, Japan must conquer Europe and Asia. In order to conquer Europe and Asia, Japan must first conquer China. 10 years later, in 1937, Japan begins to execute the plan. City by city, province by province, the Japanese slash at the vast, unyielding body of China. China bleeds from 1,000 wounds, but her 500 million people will not be subdued. China's leaders have neither planes, nor tanks, nor artillery, nor organized armies with which to stem the flood of 1 million Japanese soldiers. But with what little she has, China fights on under her leader, Chiang Kai-shek. Land is the one forbidding weapon China does have. Blast, burn, destroy everything on land, everything in the invader's path. Surrender only the scorched earth. Japan cuts 300,000 square miles out of the heart of Republican China. And China's coast is shackled to Japan's navy. 1 million refugees flee inland. The incident in China today will be war in the world tomorrow. Deeper and deeper into the interior, beyond the reach of the invaders. A mass migration toward the new capital of free China, toward Chongqing, landlocked oasis in the midst of Asia. China's sole access to survival now lies southward across the Himalayas, southward to Burma. Rangoon, Mandalay, Lashio are joined together by rail and road. From the port of Rangoon, supplies are carried north. To link China with Burma, a road is built from Chongqing to Lashio, the Burma Road. On this road hangs China's only hope of health, of life. The independent kingdom of Siam is Burma's eastern roommate. Siam. Land of teak and mangrove, land of 16,000 temples. To reach Burma, to cut the Burma Road, to isolate China completely, the Japanese must first absorb Siam. Absorb it they do, without violence or resistance. Siam, already betrothed to Japan, succumbs gracefully the day after the attack on Pearl Harbor. The Japanese get their base for the invasion of Burma. Semi-Oriental ceremonies legalized the union. One week after Pearl Harbor, the Imperial Japanese Army bursts across the border of Siam into Burma. 5 months of ravaging and slaughter lie ahead before the Allied defenders are split and shattered. Into central Burma go the invaders, on the road to Mandalay. Mandalay, whose conquest will cut the Burma Road. In May of 1942, the city falls. China is isolated. China is cut off from her allies. Now it is the British and Burmese who put their wealth and resources to the torch. These the enemy shall not have. The flames that were lit in China now scorch the earth that is Burma. The Allies are driven out of Burma. But the Japanese have been deafened by the sound of their own guns. For the wind is in the palm trees, and the temple bells they say, "Come you back, you British soldier. Come you back to Mandalay." In Canada, in Quebec, Allied statesmen and the combined chiefs of staff plan their return to Mandalay, to Chongqing. China, Burma, India have moved to the forefront of global planning. China must be kept in the war. Land communications must be reopened. A supreme commander is chosen to direct the campaign in Southeast Asia. Admiral Lord Louis Mountbatten. From the island of Ceylon, from bases in India, Lord Mountbatten marshals his sea power, without which no land campaign will be possible. The United States carrier Saratoga is welcomed to the Allied East Indies fleet by the crew of the British battleship Queen Elizabeth. The Royal Navy, the United States Navy, and the navies of France, the Netherlands, Australia, South Africa pool their warships to guard 7 million square miles of ocean. The mission of the fleet in these waters is threefold. Deny the Indian Ocean and adjacent waters to the enemy. Cut his communications with Burma. Protect the Allied convoys, on whose safe arrival the destiny of Southeast Asia now depends. His Majesty's Indian ship. India is a focal point in the world's communication system, and Indians have been seafarers since prehistoric times. In World War II, Indian ships and sailors fight in the Battle of the Atlantic, in North Africa, at Sicily. And as the Royal Indian Navy, they help defend their homeland against Japanese invasion, keep the sea lanes open to liberate Burma, to save China. Cruisers like His Majesty's ship Delhi, destroyers like the Rajput, patrol the Bay of Bengal, the Arabian Sea, the Gulf of Mannar, alert, efficient, ready to fight for the cause of freedom.